Hey everybody, it's that guy again, Mr. Florinator John Steyer with Steyer Flooring. Woo, buddy! Sheet Vinyl Wednesday, let's go. So I've got this project going on here. We've got existing Durastone, and here's what happened because of the rolling chairs. But I'll show you guys something here in a little bit, what you guys should be recommending to your clients. I still don't think, we'll get to that later. But here's my layout, and comes back into the entry and then into there. But I got, steps going downstairs. We've got closets, which I'm putting in Congolium air step. I love that stuff. But yeah, look at this. Closet, closet, closet. So like there's no cutout from this wall. It all goes into these closets. That's a good way to use your space. But let me show you something here on these rolling wheels. So our little courthouse here in town has a lot of sheet vinyl, a lot of vinyl tile. And they've been using on their rolling chairs a wheel like this. Like I call it like a rollerblade wheel. So this isn't plastic. It's like a solid hard rubber. Now, I'll have, I'm not going to share a link, but I'll try to get a picture of what they are, what the name is here. Well, baseboard is off, and we've got the stove in here, doing some prep work, and here's kind of an issue, but hey, that's why we're called problem solvers as long as flooring installers, right? That is wired in hard to a water line. There's no shut off. So what I had to do was we kind of changed our layout here a little bit. So there's actually going to be a seam kind of like right here in the vinyl, but I don't have to unhook that. So now I'm going to prep all of this area. I'm actually going to pattern scribe this one. This one's a little tough going down that hall. And guess what I'm going to use? This is the Armstrong felt. Like that's an old roll there. So I haven't had to do any scribing because I've always had somebody else helping me, but now it's just me, so no big deal. This is the bummer though, is like, so this whole area here, it gets cut out. That's kind of nice, but there's 3 closet, 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 and it's all attached. So it's all kind of flop in there. I'm not gonna try to knife all that in because I'd have to make a nice perfect cut around here. This one I'm not too worried about. This one I know I could do, but this one you could say it's not a big deal. It's a closet, just put a seam in there, but why? You don't have to. So I'm going to make my pattern, get a couple coats of embossing leveler down. While that's drying, go to the shop, get my pattern, put on the vinyl, cut out, bring it in. That's the nice thing about patterning this is, you cut it, unroll it, it's just done. Fits, boom. And then what I can do is move that back in, and then there'll be enough movement tomorrow I can put it on a piece of plywood and kind of move it over to here so I can pull that little bit of area out and get that glued to put the rest of the sheet vinyl in. So let's go. Boom! We're in the Steyer Flooring warehouse / laboratory. That's right, we do experiments and stuff back here. But I got the pattern rolled out, laid out, whatever you want to call it, on the sheet vinyl. This is, the color is Camelback, Air Step Evolution. Yes, the Air Step Evolution Camelback, I believe, is the color. So this is why I patterned it. Look at how much is getting cut out. I mean, it's still, I don't know, I don't care. I'm going to preach it probably forever. Maybe at some point I'll get my mind changed. But sheet goods are the way to go in a kitchen and a bathroom. I mean, it's a solid piece of flooring. Yeah, if you drop a knife, you drag something on it, it might tear it. But anything that gets spilled on this just stays on the top of it. Anyways, back to it. Pattern's laid out. This is what I like, again, about patterning is, I can measure. I can kind of control where my grout lines are going to be. Now this one's a little bit different because of the layout. I'm actually going to go right off the edge of that vinyl I got a 1/4 inch extra, but I measured back 16 to there, and it's actually, I went 16 1/4. And the reason is so when I get in the living room, I don't have, or the kitchen or the dining room, I don't have that. It's actually gonna be a full tile along that wall. So this here gets covered up with like some sort of hutch thing they'll put back in there. And then here's the entry into from the garage. So some of this is going underneath the transition there, I guess you could say. And then, yeah, there'll be some of those little lines. I try to avoid that as much as possible, but sometimes you can't help it. So I'm gonna go ahead now. I'm gonna cut this, and I might check in with you before I unroll it. I don't know. Stay tuned. Boom. Floor stone, floor patch, skim coating, whatever you want to call it. It's done. We're ready. I'm gonna do a little scraping, run the shop vac over it, and then I'm gonna drag that piece of vinyl in here and get it unrolled and installed. Day 1 is done. Kind of got my tools picked up. I always like to, I mean, they're gonna know that I'm here working, but you know, don't have it look like it's just a complete war zone. But I got this first piece in here, and heck, this is, like I said, I love sheet vinyl. The best a floor is ever gonna do is what a piece of sheet vinyl does all the time. But this was like I was showing to you guys earlier, in the closets. I got a closet right there. I'll show you that tomorrow. I just have the refrigerator pre-moved because I've got to pull that back, finish some floor stoning, embossing, leveler, floor patch, whatever the hell you want to call it, through there. And then I got to glue that seam together. So I just didn't want to move the fridge tomorrow. But yeah, I got my vinyl underneath all my doors. Kind of showing off here. Got it all put through there. Yep, hopefully, I don't know, I'll try to get close for you. Yeah, so you can see it's underneath the door jambs. Also, check this out. These thresholds all had this silly rubber thing in front, so I cut it up. And then when I went to tuck the vinyl underneath, I just lifted that a little bit and got the sheet vinyl underneath there. Same thing with that one. It's kind of dark over here, but you know, it's a good thing us young men, we do our best work in the dark. And then same thing here. And I even, let's turn the light on there. I even ran it. I'm pretty sure my metal's gonna cover that up, but come on, people. We always strive to do the best we can do. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. Day 1 done. I think I'm gonna get this done tomorrow because I ain't gonna have to pattern scribe the rest of this. I'm gonna kind of figure out where this pattern is landing out, rough cut it back at the shop. I can bring it in here and drop these pieces in real quick tomorrow. And baseboard, this is why I always pull the nails, number everything, so that goes on pretty quick. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Not really how-to video, but just a day in the life of a man in a van floor layer. Let's go. Day 2. Let's get this bad boy done. So I've got the dining room and a little bit more of the kitchen cleaned out. And what I'm doing is I'm working on my layout here because I knew it was going to be close. So I've got a seam there. And ideally, I want to put a seam, you know, right on top of this seam. And the reason kind of is because look at this. I've measured 12 feet out. And there's where 12 feet comes to. Now, when I measured the pattern out on there, that pattern lands right here. Now, I want to show you. You can just see that is an absolute terrible spot, maybe, for that pattern to run out. So, I'm actually, it's going to get, if I run it right there, it's probably not going to get covered up by the base shoe. If I back this up 1/8 of an inch, that up 1/8 of an inch, it's going to get covered up by that base shoe, which that's what the plan is. So I'm actually just going to shift in. I'm going to cut that pattern on both pieces 1/8 of an inch short, just to make my job easier there. I'm not going to run that piece all the way up there. Then when I put this 12 footer in here, I've got the seam right here. That's an easy seam to cut. I'm not working with a 1/2 inch sliver. So that's the plan. I'm going to, I've got the shop vacuum done. I've got some floor prep, skim coat, floor stone, floor patch, whatever the hell you want to call it. Got that to do. And then I'm going to go back and get my vinyl. Thanks, guys. All right, so we got that piece in. You can see I like where that landed out. So the main reason I put this seam there, one, it's just an easier piece to handle, but then I didn't have to order all that extra. Just, you know, I'm gonna have 2 seams anyways, I guess. So, you know, I could have had one, a big one right there, and one right there. I chose to put it right there. But you can see where I cut the seam right here. You know, let me turn you like this. I don't know if that helps, but if you cut right along the side of that grout line, you just don't notice it. So game on. I'm gonna vacuum up the other half here, get the other piece in, and rock and roll. Just like that, we are done. Got the table moved back in for I actually had to go get some ramps. So what I wanted to do here was, there's a little bit of a height difference. I wanted to get the carpet matched up with the sheet vinyl. She's a little bit of an older lady, and we just don't want tripping. And I just don't like, if I don't have to have transitions, I don't like transitions. So here we go. 3 pieces. The first piece is over here. This is the one that I made the pattern of, and then the other 2 pieces came off of that. But I just want to show you here into that closet. That's why I liked patterning this one out, because there was just so many places this piece had to go into that closet. No seams either in these doorways, which, I'll be honest with you, this Congolium, you can do that, and it really does look pretty darn good. But, you know, I like to show off. I'm gonna post something on YouTube. I want it to look like, you know, I want it to look like I know what the hell I'm doing. By the way, I do. I won't be bashful about it. I really do think I'm a pretty good installer. I'm also a student though, and I'm also very willing to learn anything to make my job easier. But that's why I post this stuff, is because I want everybody else to know that they're probably, if you have any thoughts, you know, you really are probably a pretty damn good installer, all of you guys. We all do things a little bit different, but we all understand, us good ones, we all understand what it takes to get to the finish line. And however you want to do it, that's up to you, and it doesn't matter. It's still a win. So thanks again for taking some time out of your day, watching one of my videos. They're just here to inspire, to help. I know I'm not really showing much how to do anything, but I want to show you guys that, you know, these average jobs really aren't that average, man. I mean, they do take some time. They do take some thinking to get them to go correct. And when it's all done, it looks so simple, but hey, we all know it's not. So have a great day, everybody. Catch you on the next one.